everyone. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning fan, welcome back. For those who may not know who I am, I'm Jocelyn, and I'm a music lover who wants to document my life. I'm in college, I'm a DJ, I do all kinds of things music. I'm even studying music business. So I think that's really cool, and I want to document that as I continue through college and hopefully into my career. Anyways, today's video is very special because I got to go see my number one artist live for the first time, and it was absolutely amazing. I had such a blast. But let's start at the beginning of the day. I low key need to get better at vlogging. I get nervous around people. So I don't have any clips from before. Yeah. So I'm going to kind of story tell and talk about it, mainly because that's all I can do. I don't have anything. I have pictures that I'll show. That's about it. I was more awake and well rested. I was so excited. I didn't sleep that much. So I woke up later than I wanted to. And so after that, we had to get ready to head up to Estes to drop off some of my boyfriend's old dorm stuff that we don't need anymore because we have our new room and he doesn't sleep on a dorm bed anymore. But we also had to pick up his sister who was coming with us to the concert. So we hung out there for lunch. We enjoyed it. It was honestly beautiful outside. It was a beautiful day up in Estes. Birds were chirping. The wind created that nice sound on the echoing through the valley. It was so nice. And then my boyfriend's sister did my nails. I'm gonna try to show this the best I can. She did my nails. She's honestly amazing. But after we were done with that, we headed down to make sure we got to the concert at a decent time because I honestly didn't look at the tickets to see if we were reserved or general admission, and most of the time for me when I've gotten concert tickets I've had general admission and I didn't really feel like fighting for seats. But at the end of the day we didn't have to, but we actually got it paid off in the end, let's say that. So once we got down from Estes, we got food and drink. We went to Popeyes for dinner for food, and I got a spicy chicken sandwich with bacon and cheese with no pickle. And then we went to Seven Brew, and I really like the Seven Energy with orange and strawberry. I highly recommend it. My boyfriend says it tastes like orange jello. I just like it. I don't know if it doesn't quite remind me of it, but hey. And then I think from the time we were leaving Seven Brews to head to Red Rocks, we were going to get there at 5. Doors opened at 6 on my little ticket thing that doors open at 6. So I was like, oh, we have plenty of time. We'll be able to hang out in the car for a while and hopefully get parking. It it was great until we actually got there and were getting ready to park because of course everyone was there early. But I think that's pretty normal for a concert, is just the parking. But it also depends on the venue. Stadiums have giant parking lots. Little venues, I know the Fillmore Auditorium, you have to go park on the street or you have to go pay for parking. Or you get dropped off. But I have only been to 5 concerts, right? 5 big concerts that I remember of groups I actually listened to. I think I went to Michael Martin Murphey when I was a kid. Not a kid, I was in high school. Now that I think about it, I was in high school. I have no idea, but parking was very different. I went and saw Trans-Siberian Orchestra in November, and they were at Ball, and we had we were in a parking garage that was like right next door. But we had the matinee show, so we were at like 2, so there was no one there. So it was really nice. But we had to leave when everyone else was coming in for the second show of the night, so that was interesting. I'm getting sidetracked, but I think it's cool to talk about like the difference of concerts that I've been to and like how it varies from different types of venues, from a smaller venue to an arena to an outdoor amphitheater like Red Rocks. I think that's really interesting. And like, I think it's important to know like how it really boosts, or how it not boosts, how it really connects to the concert. Like at Red Rocks, parking's included, so you don't have to like worry about a parking garage or a parking meter. Like that's not that big of a deal. So I think it was really interesting that like I didn't have to pay for parking. I just had to have my tickets, and that was it. But so we get parked in this like dirt lot. I think we were in the lower north lot, so we had to like go down a little bit to the gates, I think, or we could have gone up. We went down because we were following everyone, and low key they were a little confusing because it was like, oh, how was it? It was like GA Rose blah, blah through blah, and I was like, huh, and then like comma something, and I was like, and then RES like Rose blah through blah. It was like, is this our gate? And eventually we figured it out and got into line. And we stood there for like 20 minutes just goofing off. Like, here's a picture of us just standing there goofing off. And like Alex Warren was doing his sound check, and you could hear it echo. I literally started like shaking with excitement. I have been wanting to see Alex Warren since I found him. Oh, when did I start listening to him? Like 2 years ago. I really have not been listening to Alex Warren that long. And he somehow became my top artist of 2025. And is still one of my top artists. But hey. So, and it was so cool to kind of interact with like all the people there. They're like, yeah, the gates are confusing. I'm so excited. They were all like super excited to hear his sound check. It was just cool. And it was fun to try to guess what song he was singing at that moment. But stood there for about 20 minutes and the line started to move. So I was like, they're really going to get us in by the doors are really going to open like right at 6. So once the line started to move, they started to check bags and like scan tickets. So I had a little bag, and it says it's not hoarding, it's vinyl. So this is like my little 1 pouch bag that I had all my stuff in, and it's Red Rocks allows a single like pocket bag. So this was really nice. It has like a half pocket. They don't count it as a pocket. So I had like my wallet, I had my battery pack, because I have my CSU sticker on it. Because I was also navigating because I was driving, so my phone like died. I was at like 38% by the time we were pulling like in line. I was like, oh crap. And I'm supposed to record stuff for this video. So I charged my phone, and I'm grateful I had my battery. But I also had a hair tie, and that's it. So it was like super helpful, and my phone would sit in my back pocket. And then got our ticket scanned. It only normally what I've seen is they like at I think it was Ball Arena. I couldn't remember. You have to like scan each individual ticket. Where Red Rocks, they scanned 1 ticket and they're like, oh, for 3? And then you went through. So I thought that was really interesting. So we get in there, we get past security, we go through security, obviously, no problems there, thankfully. And start standing there. I had to go to the bathroom. Thankfully, there was a bathroom right there, so I went to the bathroom real quick and didn't miss anything important. I come out and he's like, oh yeah, general admission rows are 44 and above. And I was like, that's cool. We're row 42, so we don't have to worry about it. So we stand there for about another 30 minutes. You know how I thought the door would open at 6? It didn't. It opened closer to 6:30, which whoop-de-doo. I think there was some sound check things going on with the openers, but I wasn't in a rush. I was just excited to be there. So we jumped in the merch line right away, and we got our merch because I'm like, we don't have to fight for our seats. I was like, okay, we're good. And like, we got through the merch line, got merch. This was mine. I got the red hoodie that says Finding Family with all the date spots, all the tour stops on the back, and like Loki looks like Captain America's shields, but not. So, and like we had a great view of the stage. It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. And so we sit there, we start hanging out, we take pictures and just wait because 6:30 show started at 7:30. So we had like, and by the time we got to our seats, it was like 6:50-ish. Because of course the merch was at the very bottom at like row 1, and we were in row 42, so we had to like hike up 80 something stairs to get to our spot, and like 50 feet over to get to seats 98, 99, and 100. So, but I really loved our seats. And then about 7:45, so they weren't even, like, they were running a little behind, but like not that big of a deal. But the openers for this concert, because for this tour there's kind of two openers for the first and second half of the, I believe, the American leg of the Finding Family on the Road tour. So we had Nat and Alex Wolf. They were pretty interesting. A lot of their music isn't necessarily my type. They're brothers, obviously. But I realized this as I was watching them, that Alex Wolf looked oddly familiar and looked a lot like Spencer, I think is his name, the main character from Jumanji before he turns into The Rock. I Googled it later on, because I wasn't going to Google it at the concert. They are the same person. I can't believe I recognized him in that. I was like, huh, he kind of looks like that dude from Jumanji. Dude, he was. So I thought that was cool. Their music was really cool. They were on for about like 30 minutes. They sang, I think what was really cool is the last song that they sang, second or last song that they sang of their set, it was produced by Billie Eilish, and she was doing some of the background vocals. I thought that was awesome because I know how cool it is to work with those kind of people, and Billie Eilish is really big in the industry for sustainability with her mom. So I think it's really cool. So they went off at like 8:15, and then we had to wait until like 9 for Alex Warren to come on. But during that was actually a really cool experience. We got to see them clear the opener set to really set up what Alex needed for his show. And band came out, did small sound checks to make sure mics were operating, instruments were in tune. Like, it was a really cool experience. And then, like, during this, the sun was setting, and like you could see the colors in the clouds. It was beautiful. I was like, this is beautiful. And like the red rocks around us that create the amphitheater just felt like they glowed with the sunset. It was just like jaw-dropping beautiful. Then about 9 o'clock, it was pretty dark, and it started to sprinkle. So anyway, Alex Warren comes on at 9, and it is so exciting. Okay, actually, let's start with the band. The band comes on. Obviously, you can see them because they got little lights to be able to climb the stage. And they start playing Dancing Queen. So it was really fun. So everyone was like up and dancing. They knew they were there. Like, it was just ready to go. Now that I think about it, it had the original soundtrack. But like, in concert videos, I've seen the band play Dancing Queen, so they could have just been playing along. I couldn't tell, but I thought they were because they were literally sitting on stage and it looked like they were playing to me. But anyway, Alex came out on these this little kid's toy where it's like a scooter, but it was amazing. The pyrotechnics, the stage was just amazing. I had such a blast. I knew every song. I even knew a little bit of the songs he hadn't played. Like Passenger. Passenger just came out yesterday because today is Friday. So it came out Thursday, June 4th. So, like, now it's fully out and I can listen to it and know the words. But it wasn't out. And we were the concert right before the announcement of his new album, Wild Child, which I think is really cool. Although they did have a QR code to go pre-order it because he was like, "You're special." Yeah. But I, at the concert, once the music started, I took clips of landscape and portrait for one, TikTok, shorts, all that short form content, and as well as this video. But in reality, I look back at it and I don't actually have that much. But I think what's important for me is the actual, like, being in the moment for the experience, you know? Because for me, I'm a music addict. I'm always listening to music. And I think that's really important. So I was in the moment. I was singing my heart out. I was dancing. I was crying because he has songs that just are tearjerkers. And like, if my boyfriend was crying, his sister was crying, it was great. But I chose to stay in the moment so I could enjoy it and like absorb the sound that was around me, because it wasn't like a concert that I had to wear earplugs. It was just, the sound was amazing. It just, I don't know, it just made everything like feel like it was coming alive. Like my heart was fulfilled. I was happy. And like, you could see Alex on the stage and on the screens and like his band, and then beyond the stage you can see the horizon, Denver lighting up at night, the highway, all the lights. And I was just like, I need to take this in. One, because it's my first time here. Two, I'm seeing my top artist, the artist that got me through hard times. And I'm here with the people I care about most. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to sit here in the moment. And I can sit here and tell you about it rather than show you a 20-minute clip of just the concert. So I think that's what's important to me. So post-concert, we stayed after, because as soon as Ordinary and like he was done, everyone left. Like legit left. So I was like, I'm gonna wait a bit. And I wanted to go collect some confetti. So I went and hunted out different colors of confetti. I just dropped a green piece. But like, he showed off confetti a lot. There was like 2 rounds of white and then like a round of color. It was interesting. There was a lot of confetti. Red Rocks probably hated them for that, but because they gotta clean that up. But yeah, I have a little pile of confetti of different wonderful colors for my collection, my scrapbook that I do. But post concert, we waited for a bit. We then wandered out, and oh my god, the parking lot was a mess. So we get in the car, we wait for about 10-15 minutes, and it's like 11:30. We were going to go to McDonald's to get drinks. We didn't get there until after midnight. Yeah. So it was just kind of backed up, and like that, I think that's normal at the end of a concert, because he sold out Red Rock, so there was 9,500 more people there. Actually, I think the official seating number for Red Rocks is 9,525. Check me on that. So, yeah. So I think it's like, there was a lot of people. So it took forever to get out. But anyway, we finally get out. It's like stop and go traffic until we get to I-70 to get back into Denver to go home. And once we hit I-70, it was fine. There was nothing. It was like open. I was like, this is weird. But hey, whatever. But we ended up getting Gatorade. We went home because all of us were tired. Our voices were gone. But traffic on the way home was fine. It was great. Didn't have any issues. Got home. Got ready for bed immediately because it was like after 1 when we got home because we were like 45 minutes away from home from Red Rocks. So. But overall, it was a night that allowed me to appreciate memories and like those who I really care for. I also am grateful for who I did go with. So I think I'm gonna hold this experience close to my heart. Not only because I got to see Alex Warren. Like, that's still crazy to me. I'm still processing that I got to see Alex Warren. But hey, I am so happy that I did. I missed him at the Mish, which really is a bummer, but it's crazy to see that he went from barely selling out the Mission Ballroom. I don't even think he did. At least that's what he said. He didn't sell out the Mish. To selling out Red Rocks in just a couple of years is insane. And he should be so proud of where he's going and everything that he does. And I'm so excited to listen to the new album. That is something I'm very excited for. So I think that's where I'm going to call it. I'm just like letting it sink in finally. With like, yeah, I got to see Alex Warren. And that's crazy. Oh, I'm so happy. So thank you for sitting through this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing me talk about it and like all this stuff. And I hope to see you next week. Please like and subscribe for all the good vibes and all that we talk about here. I hope to see you guys next week. Bye. And look